What is up, everybody? Welcome back to another video. In today's video, we have some Detroit Lions news. The Detroit Lions have cut tight end Hunter Bryant. So let's get it started.
I got to shout out DoseOfDion, man, because it was actually the first time I went live on YouTube. And, guys don't know, DoseOfDion, he put out a lot of good content for the Detroit Lions.
Welcome, everybody, to another video. Glad you guys are here. And yes, this news was a little bit surprising to me as well. Actually, I missed this news. I'm not sure how I missed it. Somehow this, went under the radar for me, but I just saw it looking at some draft stuff, doing some draft work. And I came across this and I was like, wait a minute, is that really Hunter Bryant? And then it said he was cut. I was like, whoa, hold up. Yes, Hunter Bryant has been cut with a non-football injury designation, which basically is an injury that's not football related. Of course, we're in the offseason right now. I don't know what it is. I hope he is okay. I definitely hope he's all right. But yeah, a little bit surprising there. I was not expecting Hunter Bryant to get cut. Now, I know automatically what a lot of people were thinking, and I can't lie, it popped in my head right away, Kyle Pitts. I was like, wait a second. It does. It really does. At the Lions tight end position right now, we do have T.J. Hockenson, of course, the Pro Bowler. We have a great tight end. But then behind that, we have Josh Hill, who's a good blocking tight end, not much of a receiving threat. After that, you have two futures contracts with Hunter Thedford and Alize Mack. Two guys that are pretty unproven, especially Hunter Thedford. So, those guys could definitely be part of the roster next season, but it's very unproven. Really, aside from Hockenson, you may have some question marks. Josh Hill's going to be here, but he's more of a blocking tight end. So there are some legitimate questions now with the tight end position. And every time we talked about Kyle Pitts, I always had to bring up Hunter Bryant. Just like, hey, check out Hunter Bryant. Don't forget about this guy named Hunter Bryant, because it's definitely the definition of a receiving tight end. But unfortunately for Hunter Bryant last season, he dealt with some injuries as well. He was dealing with injuries in college, which made him fall to UDFA. Well, that was part of the reason. Then we picked him up as an undrafted free agent. And last year he was dealing with injuries. He had a hamstring, he had a concussion. He only played in 5 games. He did have that one reception for 44 yards. But I was kind of a little bit surprised by this move. But again, I don't know what the injury that he is dealing with, so hopefully he is okay. So what does that mean? Are the Lions going to go after a tight end now? The reasons I'm slightly surprised by this is knowing that Josh Hill is not much of a receiving tight end, and what the Rams have had with Everett and Tyler Higbee. I mean, I thought that, a guy like Hunter Bryant would fit that mold, a receiving tight end. I was like, oh, they'll love that. I mean, heck, they could play him like a receiver. So this is a little bit surprising. Obviously we're far out. Doesn't mean they have to draft somebody. There's still free agents. There's still things that they can do to fill out that position if they want to add more players to it. But it definitely takes it from being like not at all something they even keep in mind to like, oh, hey, the Lions could actually maybe draft somebody here if they had an extra pick that they want to use, something like that. And obviously Kyle Pitts, you can't help but think that it's a possibility. I mean, you can't help but think it's possible that the Lions did something like this. I mean, we've seen the Rams have 2 tight ends get pretty involved and impactful in the passing game, not really with Anthony Lynn, but the Rams have. No, they're all about matchups, which obviously Kyle Pitts is one of the most devastating players for a defense in terms of matchups. We did our Kyle Pitts video if you want to check it out. So it's not to me to say that you're drafting Kyle Pitts now, but I think it's definitely something that's on the table. I mean, I definitely can't say it's off the table. The reason it's so difficult right now to predict whether or not the Lions would actually target a tight end in the draft or something like that is because the Rams have used them, but you look at it, Anthony Lynn, does he really want to get that tight ends involved like that? Like in the past, it's been a one-man show. So, I mean, that's kind of what it's set up to be right now. It's set up to be Hawkinson's show with other guys that are depth pieces. So they could simply say, hey, we go with what we got. Let's do this thing. And honestly, hey, do you. And of course, you need depth. You can always sign someone and other things like that. But it's not always mean, hey, we lost this. Now we have to go draft somebody. I just don't exactly know like what kind of formula they're following here. But they said they'd be multiple. They've run a lot of different schemes. So you can't take it off the table. Or maybe it's in a weird way, a smokescreen that they make them think we're drafting Kyle Pitts, but we don't draft Kyle Pitts. What? I don't know. But either way, I mean, it definitely could open the door for it. Not to say the Lions would trade up to do it, but with where the Lions are sitting, I mean, there's a pretty good chance that either Jamar Chase, Kyle Pitts, or one of the top offensive tackles are going to fall to your spot. Just one of them are going to fall. So you really have your choice between any of those guys if you don't move back. But it's a very interesting situation. I can't say for certain the Lions would draft a tight end in this year's draft with only 6 picks because they still do have players here. But you could definitely look out at UDFA that the Lions could sign a tight end. And you could also, check out just free agency again. But it's very interesting. I was kind of caught off guard by this. I was not expecting to see this news. So what is your reaction to it? It kind of stinks. It really does. I was kind of excited to see if Hunter Bryant could take a little bit of a step forward. I thought he'd be, a pretty impactful part. Not not to say he'd, be a Pro Bowl or anything, but I thought he could have a, pretty impactful part on this offense. But yeah, he has been released with a non-football injury designation. So hopefully he is okay. Everything's all right with Hunter Bryant. We know he's been injury riddled throughout his entire career, and maybe the Lions are going away from that. Again, I don't know all the details behind it, so maybe they just don't like the injury side of it. I'm not sure. But regardless, Hunter Bryant has been cut. So what did the Lions do from here? Comment down below. Do you think the Lions will they draft a tight end anywhere in this draft? I would probably lean towards no still. But, I mean, you can't count anything out. And it's Kyle Pitts. I think he's slightly more of an option for the Detroit Lions. Can't say he's the favorite, not at all, but he's definitely in consideration if he fell to number 7. Don't think they trade up for him, but if he was at 7, I can see them considering it, because if they're all about matchups, not many more guys than Kyle Pitts can give you matchup problems all over the field. So let me know your thoughts in the comments below. Thank you, Pride, for watching, and I'm out.